Hello, welcome to today's podcast. A pleasure to be within colleges. I hope they are very well. The topic that we will touch today is about toxicity in relationships, both loving and family.
Thank you, Natalia. And I'm Devani González, and I'm going to talk about the toxic relationships with a partner. And evidently, being a toxic relationship is a serious problem that people involved are not conscious about that. It is believed, I know, that the more jealous is a person, the more loves you, but that idea is totally incorrect. In fact, psychologists agree that toxic people are only looking for have control in other person, in their partner, even if that means insulting them, hitting them, or another type of violence. Clearly, this is not only for men. Also, women can be the toxic part, and all depends on the personality of each one. Actually, with all the feminist march that we are living nowadays, we can realize that this is a real problem. And I'm surprised to see that nowadays are women and men who allow themselves to be abused, to be neglected by their partner. And I think it's time to change our mentality, and we have to know that we are important enough to let other people hurt us in any way. Being conscious about our worth is just one step to change this social problem, because the toxic relationships are a social problem. And it is nice to see that our generation is doing something about this. And also it is useful for all the people who are in a toxic relationship, and well, to realize that being in that situation is not good for anybody.
Yes, to talk about toxic in relationship is very common size. In relationship, a lot of the in relationship there are a lot. A quick example is that my last relationship is a very toxic. To such a degree that and previous things pushing friends away.
Talking
No,
about
sorry. No,
no, no,
you.
continue, Jared.
Okay, well, I have never been in a relationship, but I have heard experience from my friends, and well, I don't want a relationship like that, and I don't need a relationship like that. But I'm agree with everything what you say because it's correct.
Well, talking about toxic relationships, we must also mention that they occur in various contexts, not only in love. For example, unquestionably in the family, there can also be toxic relationships. Some people assume that because we are family, we should accept the behaviors that they have toward us. I believe that is not correct because many times these attitudes can be toxic. Essentially, I believe that is due to the fact in a Mexican culture is the implicit rooted that the family comes first, and for that reason, it's for us too complicated to detect negative attitudes within the family. It's believed that family will never hurt you because you are family, or at least this is an idea ingrained in a Mexican culture. Some people report having lived very complicated situations with close family members because they got them a lot of confidence. A specific case for me about that is the case of the wife of El Rey del Cabrito, the owner of iconic Nuevo León restaurants. In that case, the son asked his mother to sign some documents, and she trusted that he is her son, and he will not or should not have any bad intentions. Just like that, it is assumed by the idealistic idea of a son who no of a son will not harm his parents. However, at the time he was giving up his properties and business, and it's it is in those type of situations that you realize the horrible things that even your own family can do to you. For me, it's too difficult to imagine causing any kind of damage to my family, but it is well known that there are many cases in which situations like this occur. I don't know what do you think about that, girls, but I would like to hear you about that situations. Do you know some related or are related situations like that?
Example, given in
Well,
toxicity within the family environment of mother are usually the ones would show the most be boyfriending us what clothes to wear, mention things that make us feel hot.
well, in my opinion, I think that it is believed that all the families at the same point have a toxic moments because sometimes happen in my family. But I know that that's not correct. You know that maybe we need therapy or something like that.
Yes, I think
Yes.
the same.
I agree with all of your opinions, and for me, it is, I think, more difficult to have problems with your family because you know they are for support us, and when you have trouble of any type, it is very hard. But
Yes, yes.
well,
Problem.
I hope that always have to be a way to solve them.
About
Yes.
situations with your friends. Do you have situations like that?
Mm.
Well, my name is Yaresi, and I'm going to share an experience of toxic friendship because it happens. Maybe it sounds weird, but it happens to me, and I have been there, and I didn't even know it. So, um, it's important to me to talk about this with you to know more about it. Well, I'm good at finding information because I hate talking with our arguments. So I want to share a page where I talk about 6 things that you have a toxic friendship. The page is called Selection if you want to see it or you want to research. Well, essentially, a good friendship is the mutual and constant support between the two people, no matter what. Unfortunately, a toxic friendship, one of the people think or believe that only their needs or their necessity matters, and that's not correct because a friend is someone who support you, who take care of you, it's someone who make you laugh, who make you smile. So I'm going to mention these things, and after that, I want to hear your opinion on what you think about that. The first point says point out your insecurities. The second, constantly reminds you your mistakes. The third, just want to spend time with you when he or she needs something from you. The fourth says he or he lies in a victim mood, and I think this thing is like the most famous in this kind of relationship. The five is leave your feelings worse after spending time together, and the six, in the last one, is how to get out in a toxic relationship. Um, in the page says that it's important to talk with that person. In this case, is your friend. But in my experience or in my opinion, me and my best friend were in a relationship like this from 7 or 8 years. But now our relationship is much better because we decide to have a long conversation, to talk about everything, to talk about insecures, about our problems, about our feelings. And nowadays we be still the best friends. we take care of each other, we understand each other, and we feel that this situation is difficult, but at the same time give us a lot of a friendship because you grow up like a person and you learn. And well, I want to know, or I want to hear your opinion about this. I don't know if you had or have a friend like that, and I want to know your experience about this.
Well, I have
I have
the sorry.
well,
I have luck. I'm lucky because I really have a real friendship with obviously a friend. But I think when you have a toxic friendship, is because one of them sees the friendship like a contest, and I think any friendship is a contest. Is just like you said, Yaresi. We are, I don't know, friends for something. We maybe share the same hobbies, the same music, like on music, and that's small things uh, are what, I don't know, like that's why we make friendships.
Yes, yes, correct.
Juan, you
Natalia.
want to say something?
I have one friend. What is very jealous with her friends, and it's too complicated. Stay with she because in some situations she have a toxic attitudes, and I don't know how act with when she is very jealous or he was angry, etc. And that is my experience with people toxic or friends
Yeah.
toxic.
Natalia, do you want to say something? No? It is okay. I think this is all for today, and I hope that the information we share will useful for you. Will be useful.
Same. Thank you very much, girls, for come today to the podcast. This is an experience very interesting. I don't know what is your opinion, Yaresi.
Well, my opinion is that it's good that people like us talk about this kind of situation, because it's weird when someone talk about this, but it's important because it happens like in this moment. It happens a lot of time. That's my opinion.
Yes, and
And thank you
also
for
sorry, but also sometimes can be dangerous. So it's very important to have knowledge about this topic.
yes.
And that's all for today. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
for watching.
Thanks.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.